Hello, I'm Chelsea Corris, and I'm an instructor at YogaWorks New York City, and I've created this ab routine exclusively for Fitness Magazine. We'll begin in downward facing dog. Lift your hips up high, straighten your arms. You lift one leg from the inner thigh, reach that leg high to the sky. You come forward, high plank pose. Exhale, back to downward facing dog with the leg lifted. Come forward, high plank pose. Squeeze the forearms together. To make this more challenging, you can reach the left arm forward, thumb faces up, and you feel your length pulling forward, and pulling back. Squeeze the belly tight, and then if not, you just put your hand right back down and come back to downward facing dog. Coming forward and coming back. So we'd like to take 10 reps each side, and then switch legs and take 10 reps. So we'll start with scale pose. It's one of my favorites. Bring your hands to blocks, squeeze your knees in, wrap your arms around as though you're going to do a cannonball. The trick is you want to keep your knees as close to your chest as you can. They're going to want to fall away. That's where the work is. Pull your knees in. For most of us, when you come to lift yourself up, your toes won't come off of the ground. That's the beginner level. Intermediate, squeeze your knees in and get your feet off of the ground. More advanced, parallel your feet and straighten out your leg. You have to pull your rib cage back and maybe even reach through the toes. And we're gonna hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower yourself down. You take 3 to 5 sets of that. Remember to switch your legs. Coming into side plank twist, put your right hand on the ground and your left foot in front of your right. You're gonna lean the weight into your left foot, set your right foot on the floor, and then your left foot will come on top. Take the block in the hand and reach up towards the sky, bloom the hips up as well. Then you can take the block, curl underneath your right rib cage and reach behind. Then you'll come right back to the starting point. Exhale, pull your hips up and reach, and then reach it back up towards the sky. So the next one is called Magic Carpet Ride. You need a towel, a blanket, and a slippery surface, wood floor, tile. Will do the trick. So you're gonna come here, set your hands, come in a high plank pose, and then exhale, just bend your knees and squeeze them in towards your chest. Reach back, high plank pose, and then bring your knees in. For another variation, a more advanced variation, instead of plank, you're gonna come into downward facing dog, and then pike your hips up, keep your legs and your arms straight, and come up there. Come back to plank, through downward facing dog, through a pike, and right back. So that's a variation. Otherwise, knees in towards chest, high plank, exhale, knees into chest, high plank. The next exercise is called block switch. You're gonna have a block between the hands. Important part to note is that your belly button constantly presses down into the floor, and you'll see. So take the block between the hands and then squeeze it between the feet. You reach the body long, exhale, knees in, grab for the block, and reach it up and overhead. That's 1 rep. Just like that, here's 2. 3. Right, next is wide leg crisscross. Take a block between the thighs, extend through the feet and squeeze the block. Interlace hands behind the back, elongate the elbows out to the sides. You're gonna first center, lift up both shoulder blades. Exhale, twist left to right, back to center, and then right to left. Center. Use the exhale, center, and center. Next up is balancing act. You're gonna bend your knees like crazy in towards you, flex your toes back towards your face, and actually set the block onto your feet as square as you can. And then reach the block up towards the sky. Try to find 90-degree angle with the legs and the pelvis. You bring your hands down, and they can be off the mat for stability. Here, it might be enough. You can just hold it here. Trying to keep it balanced, trying to keep your legs straight, and pulling your abdominals down into the ground. You can start to challenge that by writing your name in cursive, and you're moving it from side to side. If you want to take this further, you can press your hands down, still engage your abdominals, but you're going to reach the block to the sky. What's going to want to happen is it's going to want to go forward over your face. Try to keep it right over the hips. So exhale to reach, back down, and back down. Keep flexing your toes back towards your face. That will keep the block nice and balanced. Next up is lean backs. You're gonna have a seat on your mat. Roll up a towel, a blanket, right up against a block. You're gonna scoot yourself so you've got a quarter of the way underneath your seat. And then take the second block between the knees. Okay, interlace your hands behind your back, or behind your head rather, and open up your elbows. Squeeze the navel in towards the spine and just give a little lean back. And you lean back. So starting position upright, lean back. For more of an advanced version, you can take one leg off of the floor and squeeze the block between the knees and lean back. Lean back. And lean back. Put that foot back on the floor, switch legs, lean back. Next up is warrior curls. Set your blocks to their highest setting and set your hands to meet them. Right foot foundation, left leg back, inner thigh sweeps high. Next part, you're gonna pick up the rib cage, curl the knee in, try to touch it all the way to your nose, and then press it back. That's one rep. Use the air as resistance, so slowly curl the knee in towards the nose, press arms to straight, and then come right back. And exhale, curl. Inhale back. Exhale, curl. Inhale back.